So this is my second video, diary, I guess. Yeah, bear with me because this information is sensitive and difficult to deliver, I guess, because of the shitstorm that these people have created for me. So we've got, I guess, two situations going where in about 2016, 2017, my son was trafficked. By corrupt members of the police force. And wow. You know, I kind of sit here with the camera off and speak for a while and try and get the words to flow a bit better so that when I press record, it comes out and, you know, it's flowing. But that's really not the case ever with this. So anyway, we've got that situation, hell, basically. And then following that, we've got this other situation on top of that, which is where somehow I've been made infamous for what seems to me really insane, that they would be that brash to do something like that. But I was targeted and obviously marked, and they couldn't take me out. There were several attempts, and yeah, I have that in implicit detail, obviously, and not messing around. Like, you know, these aren't backyarder types. We're talking about, you know, structured groups. So yeah, this is basically how it began. And I was, like I said previously, in a relationship with this person, and yeah, then he was protected, and that's when pedo ring was involved. So many twists and turns involved with that, and home invasions. Yeah, every time I get on here and try and speak, but it can't go around like this. Like, you know, I'm not gonna let them fuck with me on that level, which is why I'm even sitting here trying to do this still, regardless of the fact that my voice never gets exercised. Like, I actually don't even want to like listen to any of these back, because I feel the damage. But I know that I have to do it. Like, who would I be if I sort of got taken off the planet and took all this with me and no one ever knew what actually did happen to my son? So yeah, this is about honoring him. And I think I've said before, like, I don't have hate in my heart anymore, because that's draining in itself. Like, I know justice, you know, is done eventually. So yeah, I don't have hate in my heart, but I have honor for my son, and that's why I'm here, and that's why I'm going to do this regardless. So anyone who's sitting back thinking that there's anything that I can gain from this, or that this is somehow going to benefit me or anyone, it's not. I'm pretty sure you can understand what it means for me. And I have to do this because this person is, I believe, still in contact with my son after all these years. My son's 13 now, and he's a child. And I'm not even sure. Yeah, I keep thinking, you know, it's there's things that I don't even know could be happening, but I know that this person is still communicating with my son, and I wouldn't think for a second that that's not possible to do. So yeah, that's basically why I'm here. Like, this piece of shit is still communicating with my son and has some sick agenda or idea that they're going to be together, or like, so yeah, this person is a like complete deviant, would absolutely fly under your radar, and you would never suspect, like completely innocent demeanor, just somewhat curious, I guess. You know, but in hindsight, it's always that way. I honestly would rather have anyone else's story right now than some of this, because it is so like disgusting, and it's not stuff that I'm really gonna repeat. But so yeah, this is what we're looking at, and I kind of need to stay focused before I get distracted again. I shoot so many videos trying to speak about this, and there is just one problem after another. So hundreds of videos I've shot and deleted, but basically this is where we're at. I'm a mum who trusted somebody I really shouldn't have, and you want to think that there's assistance there when your kids are vulnerable. So I don't want to wander off too much. I kind of want to just stick to the facts, and I'm not putting this video out to tell everybody what's happened to us. I'm trying to put stop to this energy that is basically feeding on this. And it's disgraceful, you know, because I look at this quite often from a perspective of just a person onlooking, like a mum and a child, or a family situation, and it's just disgusting that anyone would target a child in the first place, but then someone would target a mother, an entire family. They're messing like with me now, so energetically there's a lot happening. And a lot of traumatizing going on as well. So trying to ride through that at the moment and come out the other end of it, and I'm not going to let it take me. It doesn't matter how heavy the trauma gets, and you know, how disgusting these people get. I'm going to work through it. So yeah, I'm not interested in just checking out on this. So yeah, I'm exhausted. Like, I did shoot a couple of videos before this, and I was like fully charged and directing it towards, you know, these people, and that's not something that I could ever put on YouTube. Basically, so, you know, I just write out my days taking care of my son while he's being manipulated mentally, and somehow they have either connected to my son's like conscious field, or they are channeling and speaking with him as well. So the fact that I'm quite a seasoned I don't even know what the word to use is, so I work and focus a lot on my spirituality and honing in on my skills in that area. So, because I've been a channel before, I'm able to like tap into that frequency, but channels can be infiltrated with like trickery, people posing as something that they're not. So I basically stopped taking a lot of that on board and just started like stepping back and listening. So I just listen now. I'm not really interested in any of their bullshit, because they just constantly run the same shit and they don't really learn. And that tells me that it's kind of program-ish, like, I don't know, there's so much like foolery going on. You have to be really careful. So I will only like, anyway, I don't want to get distracted in that way. I just really needed to get that out and make it quite clear that they are communicating with my son on a psychological level, and that is fact. So anyone who wants to question that really doesn't have the skills to see the truth, because that is fact. And I don't know, I think I had to erase my previous video, but I did just go into that, and very difficult to even say that. So I'm glad that I went through that a couple of times, so I could get the words out, because you can possibly imagine what a parent wants to do when that's happening and continually happening, and not we're not past this. Like, this isn't post trauma and trafficking and attempted murder. This is still ongoing, which is even more difficult, like, for people to believe that that this video would even make it. And I'm not gonna lie, I've scared the fuck out of these people. Like, I have no fear. I can't. And initially I did. This has been 10 years now. So, like, back, you know, the first few years, yeah. Not fear for myself, but fear that my son was not going to have me and what he was destined for. That was very heavy. So when you don't have fear anymore, they lose a bit of power. they'll keep going, but they've lost a lot of power and they have no hold on you. Because I don't really think people understand no one is more powerful than somebody else. So while these people have this charade going that they can actually control and manipulate you, and because they're more powerful or that sort of thing, it's actually a myth. So I have full understanding of who I am at a higher level, and this is why I'm still here. And yeah, like I said, I'm exhausted and I'm so sorry because this video is just going to be, but it's really at the point now where I just have to sit here and roll with the punches. And if this comes out like me just dribbling and speaking Swahili, it still has to happen. Back at the other house, I tried, and yeah, same thing kind of happens. What they do straight away is, because I'm pretty sure I said in the first video that this person that abused my son, that started all of this, was psychically connected to me. I mean, I know this sounds insane. I really do. And trust me, when you lived it, you'd be the first one to say it sounds insane, because it is fucking insane. It's insane to live it. It's insane to be laying in your bed when that happens. And you know, once again, there's a lot of details behind that, and you know, the story that's behind that sparked that connection to be made. And yeah, really messed up. That's yeah, I don't want to say the word because I got through that, but that's when you really do want to check out. When your head is not your own, when somebody is actually psyoping you, is whatever they call it, I don't know, like a 24/7 psychic watch. And yeah, alarm bells were going off everywhere and people were freaking out because they couldn't believe that he was actually viewing everything. And I'm pretty sure they used that to their advantage and used him. So yeah, I only have my information from this side. I have no idea the depth of what is going on, like behind the lines there. But anyway, I just really want to make it clear too, because I have met a few, and there are some really good members of like the police force. So very difficult for me to come out and be saying this as well, because there's corruption, you know, in everything. And you know, that's bullshit too, that pieces of shit like this taint that kind of stuff. You know, because I'm sure there's a lot of people who got into that line of work wanting to do, you know, the job that they thought they were going to do. So yeah, just wanted to make that quite clear up front. And you know, it was the same thing with hospital staff that were obviously tasked to take me out as well. And I mean, it is what it is. Like, I don't... I don't have any vindictive thoughts or feelings about this anymore. And I have even contemplated, you know, what would happen if my son never found out, you know. And at the end of the day, he's going to. I mean, he just is. He has all the information inside him too, and it doesn't matter how much they manipulate him or coerce him or whatever. Like, I can't find the right word. He is going to pick up pieces of this information because this is his past. This is something that occurred for him. And it's all stuff that he's going to have to reconcile later. So I can tell you right now that this fucking stabs me in the heart to even have to sit here and say this, because I'm a real no-nonsense kind of person. I am not like, I'm not that girl, you know, that is wanting to be on YouTube or is putting myself out there in any kind of way. Like, I'm a serious introvert. I'm a serious private person. I'm a serious person. I'm also a fucking psycho when pushed. So, you know, very uncomfortable, extremely uncomfortable that they have put me in this position, because this is never going to come out the way it's supposed to come out. And, you know, I don't really know what people expect this to look like, but this is what it looks like. This is it. So there's nothing I want. You know, I've thought about that. I've thought about, like, yeah, what? There would only be one thing, for, yeah, my son to have his mind back. To not be infiltrated in that way, because violating a child, is bad enough, but that's the worst violation. And I'm sorry, but you have been seen at a higher level, and you know that you're fucked. You just do. So think of it rather than some woman who's, you know, out pointing fingers or out for vengeance or whatever, which is so far from the truth. In fact, I have literally forgiven these people, and it's never enough. Nothing is ever enough. They want absolute destruction. Like, they'll do anything to protect their asses. And there's been a lot of other people who've jumped on board after this with their own agendas. And, you know, I'm sure they've raped people out of my fucking past who didn't even know me to come up with all sorts of shit. I've been drugged and interrogated and have no idea how anyone could get so much information out of me. So they will stir up anything that they possibly can, or make anything out of nothing. I made myself like an open book, psychically, so that, you know, I'm quite happy to be read no matter what. But and all of it, like every life, I could not care less. You know, I'm wide open here. It's just, it's quite painful, and I don't think it's really what anyone wants to see. But yeah, the reason I haven't been able to even go and speak to anybody at all about this, or get any kind of help, because these people sold my child. I don't think I can do this. But they're still out there amongst, you know, other people's children. And that's why I'm sitting here. This is why I'm sitting here, and I couldn't give a fuck. This is it's been a bit more than I expected. I just have a break.